guys, just before I post my next video, which is almost ready to post, I thought that I'd give you guys a bit of a story time to tell you why I have basically disappeared from social media, or why I haven't really posted in such a long time. So as some of you may know, I live in New Zealand, in Auckland, and we've basically had quite a bit of a roller coaster when it comes to lockdown, and it's taken quite a big toll on a lot of us. But not just that, I've had some situations that have caused me to rethink a lot of things, and my mental health did take a little bit of a dive, but I'm back and I'm feeling a lot better. So basically what happened is, just before we got into lockdown, I resigned from my paying job at that time, and I was dropping off my uniform at work, and on my way home on the bus I was attacked. So when I mean attacked, I was physically assaulted in the bus by a young woman who was not in her right state of mind, and I can see that now, and I think I saw it at the time. But basically she was not stable when she got on the bus, and the bus driver didn't make the situation any better. I tried to help her, and she was on some, I thought she was on something, but what happened was maybe she was having an episode. But she basically said, I was sitting on the back, and she sat right next to me, and all of a sudden started touching my face, getting on my space, and then she was moving to the other side, and I was like, oh, okay, she's moved. She turned around and basically kicked me on the face several times, and I was very severely bruised. I was quite bruised and everything, and she started saying some racial things to me, like I didn't belong in this country, that I needed to go, a bunch of things which I didn't take personally. But at that time, when your adrenaline's rushing and you're like, where is this coming from? And I was having a lovely day. I had just had some lunch with my friends and my colleagues, and I was just saying goodbye, and all of a sudden this person randomly starts telling me that I don't belong here in this country, when I've been here for like 19 years, almost like my whole life. I've been living here. I grew up here, grew up on the shore, in Auckland, and this is my home. And it really rattled me. The heartbreaking thing is, though, when I got home, and I didn't want to report it to the police, but something inside me told me, you know what, you need to. So I called the police and I told them what had happened, and someone else had already filed a complaint from the bus, another person that was there. And the report got put through. The police came to my house, took photos. It felt quite invasive, and you feel stupid because you're like, what did I do to deserve this attack? And with all of these racial slurs. And then later, just when I was starting my new job, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to turn up with a black eye. And the police came and visited me at work, at my new employment, and they wanted to know if I could recognize a person. So I did. And it turns out that unfortunately, I couldn't press charges because the person was quite young. Although to me, that person at the time looked older, but that could be because maybe, I don't know, drug use or whatever made her look older. I don't know. But let's just say that I couldn't press any charges, but they were going to do what they could to help her. In New Zealand, we've got this thing, it's called family court, where the police go to her house and they form like a whole family meeting to try and set this person straight and try and take her to the hospital to get the help that she actually needs. And it turns out she wasn't technically on something. She was having a psychotic episode. So you have to let go of that resentment or of all of that anger, because you can't be angry with someone who is not mentally there. So what happened at that time is that the police were asking me to be a part of this and to help her with the family court. But at that stage, I was not in a position to do it, because then we had lockdown, the first one. And it wasn't, I believed at the time that me being there wasn't going to be beneficial for her, because I would be reflecting things that she probably didn't want to see in herself. But what I did say is, like, please get her the help that she needs. Please give her the support and make sure she's in a stable home so that she can recover and get better. So a few weeks passed and then went on, and they finally told me that she got out of the hospital and that she was home and that she was on her medication and that everything was fine, and if I wanted to be a part of this family court. Again, even though I had already said I don't actually believe that this is in her best interest at the moment. I don't think the first thing that you want to see when you come out of the ward, seeing the person that makes you so angry. So I just kind of stepped away and I told them, please take care of her. That's all I wanted. I didn't want anything else. I just wanted this little girl, because that could be anybody's daughter. They could be suffering from God knows what was happening in her life, that she felt that she needed to release that anger that was within her. So finally she come, like, I think things are sorted, or they were getting to be sorted, but I never heard back from them. So even though they were constantly calling me and posting things to my mailbox, because I got randomly a notice that I had to move out of my house just before Christmas. And as you can imagine, I don't know, for those that are not in New Zealand, prices are highly inflated, and I'm sure that is all over the world, but over here a loaf of bread and milk can cost you an arm and a leg, not to mention like finding a rental and finding a place to be, paying movers all right before Christmas, because I didn't want to be moving on Christmas Day, because over here they legally have to give you like maybe 3 months notice. And so finally, I don't know how we managed to find a house, and I can tell you that we're extremely lucky, because I've seen so many stories of people right now that are homeless and sleeping in parks because they cannot afford their house. Plus I have a little dog, and it's extremely hard to get a house here with a pet. And we don't have options to stay with the parent or to stay with a family member, so it was kind of like we had to find a house straight away, and managed to do it. Moved out while learning my new job and everything, and dealing with a lot of things. Anyway, it was just a long roller coaster. Last year was insane, and we're trying to get through it. I'm trying to get through it. And now that I'm feeling a lot better and a lot more confident and settled, I do want to get back onto creating videos, and I just hope that you guys like them. And hopefully the channel can grow and we can support New Zealand creators, and just be ourselves. So anyway, enough ranting from me, but thank you so much for those that have subscribed to my channel, that have left some lovely comments. I do try and reply to them all, but thank you so much, and I hope the next video won't depress us so much. So it's quite a heavy one, but I hope that you guys enjoy it. Anyway, thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.